Alrighty folks, welcome back to an all-new episode of Maksim Outdoors and an all-new state park exploration for the channel. So, if you missed last week, we are currently here at Parker Dam State Park in peak fall foliage, and we literally just got off of the Trail of New Giants across the street here. And part two of my exploration of this state park will take us along two separate trails today, including this one behind me, the CCC Trail, as well as the Laurel Trail. So it's going to be a good day. I'm going to be showing you pretty much all of Parker Dam, including the beautiful Parker Lake here, in just a few minutes. So stay tuned, and I will talk to you a little bit about the history and what makes this park so special. All right, let's get going. All right, well, before we hit the CCC Trail, I wanted to just briefly mention this massive sign behind me here. So there's a lot of history in this park, including the CCC. If you know me, if you know this channel, we talk a lot about the CCC. Mainly because without them, a lot of these state parks wouldn't be what they are today, let alone be around. So if you missed last week's episode, we talked a lot about this. This was pretty much the main focus of last week's episode. But a massive F5 tornado came through this area back in 1985, uprooting and destroying a lot of this park. And 40 years later, you can see a lot of the forest has been regrown. But if you want to learn more about that, maybe check out last week's episode. You could read a little bit more of this information better than I can tell it. You can see the max wind speed was 250 mile an hour. So definitely interesting bit of history here that happened in this park that doesn't involve the CCC. But all right, we're gonna get on the trail now, and I'll be showing you the CCC trail as well as the Laurel Trail. So let's get going. Alrighty folks, as the rain starts to pick up and we head deeper into the forest, I figured we would talk a little bit about the history here at Parker Dam State Park as we hike along the CCC Trail, Blue Blaze, as you can see. This is only a very short trail, 0.8 miles. You could bring the whole family out on. But obviously it's named after the CCC, which, as you probably guessed, had a big influence on this park like they did in so many others. Every bit of infrastructure here at the park, including the roads, the dam, the cabins, and more, can all be, attributed to that group of men back in the 30s. This park was established back in 1936 as well, making it one of the older parks here in Pennsylvania. So we're going to traverse the CCC Trail, only 0.8 miles, like I said, and we'll be looping around and meeting up with the Laurel Trail. So some awesome sights, some fall foliage, and rain along the way. So let's continue on here. Well, just a real quick view here. Say what you want about power lines and pipelines along the trail. I'm sure there's a lot of folks that aren't fans out there for obvious reasons, but you wouldn't get this view if it wasn't for this power line here. Check this out. Pretty awesome. You got some awesome cloud coverage with some very vibrant fall foliage colors here. Just a really awesome view. Just a couple feet away from the start of the CCC Trail. So if you want to come out here and see views like this, it's just a stone's throw away from the tornado sign that we were at a couple moments ago. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little time lapse here, and we're gonna continue on along the CCC Trail. All right, and here we are. We have gone the 0.8 miles, and we are at the end of the CCC Trail, back on this old dirt road, it looks like. We'll pop out here, and I think we're gonna be heading down this road just a little bit to get to the Laurel Trail, but some more spectacular fall views here. You can see the Parker Dam sign up ahead, but there are a couple benches back here. I think I'm going to eat a little lunch, so I'll see you after a little break here, and we'll hit the Laurel Trail. Well, before I take lunch, you can see they have a nice little memorial here. It says Memorial Forest. The CCC planted all these pines, but were eventually blown down by the tornado that we keep talking about. And they have this nice little, I guess we'll call this a memorial here. And then right across the street, where I'm going to take a little break, is the site of a CCC camp from 1933 until 1935. So yeah, we're going to take a little breather back here. I'm not sure if we are in Moshannon State Forest at this point, but we're definitely right along the border of Moshannon State Forest and Parker Dam. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down for a little bit, probably lose this hoodie, and we'll hit the Laurel Trail here in a couple minutes. So good. Alrighty, well, the rain looks like it has slowed down for at least now. Lunch is in my belly, even though I forgot a fork, and I was craving this tuna all day and I wasn't able to eat it, but that's another story. So we are going to be heading down this road here in just a few short minutes and linking up with the Laurel Run Trail, but I figured I'd break out the old map and show you just what we have done so far over the last 2 weeks on the channel. So the cabin that we're staying at is currently right here. We got up this morning, hiked down here, and linked up with the Trail of New Giants. That was last week's episode if you missed that. That was about 1.2 miles, I believe. And at the beginning of this episode, by the tornado sign, we linked up with the CCC Trail, hiked that, and we are currently hanging out right in this group tent area, right on the border of Moshannon State Forest and Parker Dam. So in just a few short minutes, we're going to be hiking down to this bridge that we seen down off in the distance when we popped out of the trail, and beginning the Laurel Run Trail that will take us all the way down to the heart of Parker Lake. So little gist of what we're doing, and it looks like as soon as I said the rain was done, it looks like more cloudy weather is moving in here. But so far having a blast. I haven't seen another soul other than a couple cars driving by today, but nobody else on the trail. All right, and as promised, just a short distance away from the little tent area that we had lunch, here we are at Laurel Run. Pretty deep creek. Looks like it'd be good for some fly fishing. But check out that bridge. They don't make them like that anymore. You could still smell the tar coming off that thing. And that's probably been here since the early 1800s, I would imagine. And then behind me, here is the beginning of the Laurel Run Trail. I believe it's 1.6 miles, and we'll end up popping out at Parker Lake. So let's go tackle one other trail for today. And here's your first view of the Laurel Run Trail as we head back towards Parker Lake. And a little fun fact is we are running parallel with the CCC Trail, which will be up this way. So we'll be heading through that power line once again. Maybe we'll get some cool views. But as this rain moves back into Parker Dam here, definitely got a different kind of feeling to the woods right now. Kind of a spooky, eerie feeling as we head through these pines that are growing alongside Laurel Run here. So yeah, 1.6 miles, and we'll be popping out at Parker Lake once again. Here's a good view, just showing you how dense it is down here. Very rocky. It's like a totally different trail considering we're only probably a few hundred feet away from the CCC Trail. Looks like a totally different world down here. Moss covered rocks, these big old pines. Pretty cool. Well, I was just about to film and say that it was a little disappointing that we weren't really following along Laurel Run too much of the trail, but we have descended a little bit and we are pretty much right alongside the trail here. And as you can see, it looks like it gets a bit rough here. I can't imagine what this would be like in July, but yeah, looks like we might have to do a little bushwhacking here. Well, I had to bushwhack a little to get back to show you this view of Laurel Run here. Really clear water, a little stained, but absolutely beautiful. Some nice fall foliage views as well along the run here. So I'm gonna get back on trail and it looks like we're gonna start heading back uphill, but I just wanted to show you this really pretty area here. Well, check that sky out. If it was June or July, I'd probably be a little bit nervous right now. But here we are, back at the pipeline. Obviously, we were a little further up when we were on the CCC trail a few hours earlier, kind of by where that power pole is. But here we are, kind of at the base of this power line. And the views are still just as beautiful as they were earlier. A little bit more overgrown down this way, but you can see a trail marker on the other side there. But well, access to Laurel Run has been pretty sporadic throughout the trail. Haven't really had too many great opportunities. I think we're probably getting relatively close to the lake right now, but check out this view here. Got a couple small cascades, literally standing out here on this big boulder in the middle of Laurel Run. But yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting. But still, nonetheless, this trail has been pretty awesome. All right, and just like that, we have popped out of the woods, and here is our first view of the beautiful Parker Lake. And I already mentioned it earlier in this video, but this was all built by the CCC Sandstone Dam, I believe it is. And we're gonna be crossing over here and hiking the rest of the lake. But just to let you know where we are, the CCC museum is right here. The cabins are just up on over the hill. So we still have quite a bit of hiking left to do, but yeah, I wanted to show you this view. Awesome view of Parker Lake here. All right, well, we have survived crossing yet another state park spillway. It's becoming kind of a theme on this channel, I guess. But here is our first kind of real view of Parker Lake. And you can see that they do have a nice little beach area, as well as a concession stand that's open during the summer months. You can rent kayaks and canoes. But yeah, we're gonna hang out here for a few minutes and continue on the Laurel Run Trail, which heads around the lake. So we still have to cross. You can see a bridge off there in the distance. And we'll be kind of navigating around this lake before ending up back in the cabin area, which is straight ahead of me here. So we started the day basically on the other side, where the Trail of New Giants heads up this hill. But yeah, so I'm gonna hang out here for a couple more minutes and we're gonna continue on down the Laurel Run Trail. Alrighty, well, the rain has begun once again, but we have arrived here at probably the northernmost part of the lake, right before it turns into a bit of a swamp and a bog. And as you can see here, we got this very nice little boardwalk that's gonna traverse us across this nasty old swamp here. And I did want to show you a nice view of where we were at this morning, up on top of what I'll call Mount Parker off there in the distance. So pretty cool to say that we are up there around 10 a.m. this morning, and now we are a few miles away looking up at it. So if you missed that video, I probably said it already a few times, but go back and check it out. That view from the top there was pretty awesome. I mean, we were up in the clouds this morning. So all right, well, we're getting there. Probably about another mile until we get back to the cabin. All right, well, I managed to get out of the rain for a few seconds, and this is yet another example of what the CCC did here at Parker Dam, one of the many shelters they would have built out in this area. So as you guys know, all good things must come to an end. We have wrapped up the Laurel Run Trail, and yeah, I'll be showing you one last view here of beautiful Parker Lake as well as Parker Dam State Park as we wrap up my little mini vlog, I guess you can say, two-part series. So yeah, we're gonna be signing out here in just a few seconds. I got a short stroll back to the cabin, but it's been an amazing day. You know, it's gonna be hard for me not to put this on my top 10 state parks in Pennsylvania when I update that list in a couple months. But we'll be here another day. I'm gonna be doing another hike nearby, so you'll have to wait and see where I head next Friday. But as always, thank you for coming out and viewing my videos as always. And yeah, I'll see you next Friday. All right, guys.